What a disaster. And I'm not just talking about Mariah Carey, who seemed to be, well, I hate to speculate, but it seemed like Mariah Carey was near the bottom of the bottle as she took the stage last night. But even with that being the case, that was not the biggest embarrassment of the night. The entire show was a complete waste of time. On Monday nights, me and the wife usually watch this show called Extracted. It's the only show that we watch live instead of watching on the DVR because we are normally home on Monday nights, so we watch Extracted when it airs live. For those that don't know, Extracted is a Survivor-like show. They put these people in the middle of the wilderness in Vancouver up in Canada while their families are watching from a bunker that's a hell of a lot nicer than the high school gyms that the WNBA plays pretend basketball in. It's a great show. Great show. 7 o'clock last night. I go to change the channel to Fox so we can watch it, and Fox is showing something called the iHeartRadio Music Awards. The what? The what awards? Didn't we just have the Grammys last month? Didn't we just have the doofus Oscars last month? Where this group of unknowns who call themselves celebrities battle over some doofus trophy named Oscar? Why in the hell are we broadcasting an award show called iHeartRadio? In the year of our Lord 2025, who hearts radio? Who in the hell is still listening to the radio? I have not listened to terrestrial radio in 15, maybe 20 years. So why are we airing an award show dedicated to people in radio? As it turns out, the iHeartRadio Awards, they are dedicated to music. Even worse, have you heard some of this modern music? Most of it sounds like AI-generated garbage. It is trash. As I was changing the channel to Fox, thinking that we were about to watch Extracted, my wife was in the kitchen finishing up dinner, which was great for me because as soon as I found out Extracted was postponed for this doofus award show, I was quick to change the channel. Problem is, I didn't know that my wife was standing behind me. As I was scrolling through the guide, I heard those words that every husband in America never wants to hear. It's the same words that I heard last month during the Oscars. Can we watch the awards show? I want to see all the fashion. For the next couple of hours, I sat through one of the most boring shows imaginable. Thank God for Charlie Donley, the author of the books that I have been reading. If it wasn't for him, I would have been stuck paying attention to this garbage last night. I just don't understand the purpose of these award shows. When the music industry produced actual artists, I understood it. When the music industry had people with talent, people who could actually perform, I understood it. But there is no such thing as true artist anymore, which is probably why the iHeartRadio Awards relied on legendary performers to carry the entire show. One of those legends was Mariah Carey, who was honored last night with something called the Icon Award. When they announced that they were honoring Mariah Carey, I'm not going to lie, it piqued my interest. I thought we were going to see another legendary performance. But it didn't take me very long to figure out that Mariah Carey was in no condition to perform. Make sure to like and subscribe. You can follow me on Twitter at KC_BTL84. Link to the second channel is in the description below. This morning on the second channel, talked about the colossal disappointment with Unrivaled. This secondary dump, they are following the path paved by the Wicked Weave Joy Reid. Unrivaled is on the path to being canceled. So if you haven't already, head over to the second channel and subscribe. The iHeart Music Awards opened with a performance from Billie Eilish, one of the few performers from Gen LGBT with actual talent, one of the few performers from this generation that I will actually watch. Now, that doesn't mean Uncle Casey is riding around listening to breakup songs by a girl named Billie, although I'm sure Shannon Sharp probably is. Hey, it's me, Shay Shay! LeBron James is his Billy Goat, and Pirate O'Connell is his Billie Eilish. And I'm not making that up. Her real name is Pirate. She has a brother. His name is probably Booty. But after Billie Eilish sung her ass off, LL Cool J, he came on stage as the host of the show, which I thought was a pleasant surprise. Since this was an award show, I figured it would be hosted by Jim Kimmel or Travis Noah, former host of The Daily Show of Failure on Comedy Central. So it was a pleasant surprise to have a host who wasn't insufferable. During the first hour, there was a string of performances and awards handed out, but I started to notice a trend. There was a performance by Nelly, who was performing songs that were popular 20 years ago, which is the last time that Nelly had a hit record. There was an award given to Green Day. There was a performance by Ken Chesney, the honky-tonk singer who thought he was going to be the next Jimmy Buffett. Like I said, I was noticing this trend, this entire award show, which I thought was dedicated to modern music. They were featuring artists that were in their prime decades ago. I wonder why. Even though it was nice to see these legendary artists, I was starting to lose interest. And it was hard to lose interest because I never had it to begin with. I mean, there's only so many times Nelly can tell me it's hot in here before I turn on the air conditioner. There's only so many times Green Day can sing American Idiot before I start looking at clips of Cam Harris. At this point, I'm starting to get deep into my Charlie Donley book. But then I hear about this performance from Mariah Carey, or at least what I thought was going to be a performance from Mariah Carey. I hear the announcement as they're going to commercial break. I put my phone down. I'm waiting through these long commercials featuring ambulance chasers and asbestos assassins. I'm learning about mesothelioma, patiently waiting for Mariah to perform. Show comes back on. But it's not Mariah Carey on stage. It's these two girls I've never heard of. Tony Kelly and Long Tooney? Who gives a damn? It doesn't matter what their name is. All I know is they were not Mariah Carey. And as soon as they opened their mouth and their vocals hit the microphone, everyone in the arena knew they weren't Mariah Carey, including Mariah Carey herself, who appeared to be wondering why in the hell these ladies were butchering her music. Look, this is nothing against Tony and Mooney. I'm sure they are decent artists. I'm sure they sound great with auto-tune. But they were put in an impossible situation because there is no one, I mean no one, that can replicate the greatness of Mariah Carey. In terms of female vocalists, there's Mariah Carey, Whitney Houston, and everyone else. Mariah Carey, Whitney Houston, they are in a class all their own. Well, Casey, what about Taylor Swift? She is amazing! Yeah, sure. Taylor Swift cared so much about the iHeart Awards last night that she didn't even bother to show up. Even if she did, Taylor Swift ain't Mariah Carey. Matter of fact, she's not even close. Like I said earlier, I was confused as to why Mariah Carey wasn't performing. At 55 years old, I wasn't expecting prime Mariah. Vocalists are a lot like athletes. Their skills diminish as they get older. Elton John, he hasn't been able to hit the notes on Goodbye Yellow Brick Road for the better part of 30 years, maybe even longer, but that doesn't stop him from performing. So I was curious as to why Mariah Carey wasn't performing. As soon as they brought her on stage to present the Icon Award, I figured out why. Looked like Mariah Carey was having trouble walking. Initially, I was thinking that maybe she had some health problems that I didn't know about. But then she started talking. I'll let you decide for yourself whether you think she was intoxicated. Watch for yourself.
Is the lighting okay? Because I don't like bad lighting. Do you like the ensemble? Thank you, Money and Tori, for these beautiful performances. And LL, thank you for your kind words. As a kid, I used to listen to my favorite artists on the radio and dream of being on the airwaves myself. Now, for those of you who may not know what airwaves are, think of it as the non-Wi-Fi version of streaming. Okay?
There was a lot of speculation last night as to whether Mariah Carey was drunk. She seemed like it to me, but I don't know. What I do know is there is no point to these award shows. And there's no point because the music industry no longer has the same impact. Think about it. Who is the last major star in music? Who is making timeless music today? We went to lunch earlier today. I heard Bent by Matchbox 20 over the speakers. First time I had heard the song in 15, 20 years. I still knew every word. I'm not even a fan of Matchbox 20, but that song was everywhere when it came out, so I knew it. Who is making music like that today that has that level of impact? This afternoon, I looked at the Billboard charts. I have never heard of most of these people. Who in the hell is Chappell Roan? Who is Hoosier? Hosier? Sabrina the Carpenter? Cardi the Playboy? I looked up Cardi the Playboy. It's a damn dude. When I was growing up, Playboy featured beautiful women. I don't know. Maybe it's me. The music industry has always been geared towards kids, young people. Maybe I have just aged out of the demo, but I just don't see future legends. I don't see timeless classics being made. Clearly, I'm not the only one, because throughout the night last night, iHeartRadio, they were featuring artists who are decades past their prime. Give me your thoughts on this. Was Mariah Carey intoxicated last night? Did anyone watch this disaster of an award show? Am I wrong about the music industry? Is modern music comparable to music from past generations? You tell me. Sound off in the comments below. I'll see you guys tomorrow.